It arrived on a damp day in London, a letter smelling of sandalwood and salty sea air. It was an urgent message from a faraway land, a land of mystery, Malaya. This wasn't a call for just anyone, but for someone who loved a good mystery. This is Dr. Watson, and this is the story of how my dear friend, the brilliant Mr. Sherlock Holmes, found himself caught in a puzzle that began in the heart of the Orient. The year was 1899. London's fog had become tiresome for Holmes until this letter arrived. Written with a shaky hand, it spoke of a troubling disappearance in the British colony of Malaya. A British officer, Mr. Cavendish, had vanished. The details, very strange to say the least. Holmes, always up for a challenge, saw this not as just a disappearance, but as a complex puzzle waiting to be solved. With a sparkle in his eye and his pipe lit, he declared, "Watson, the game is on. Pack your bags, my friend. The Easter waits." We landed in Penang, a busy port city full of life and hidden stories. The air was heavy with moisture and the smell of spices. A serious-looking police inspector named Stamford met us. Stamford took us to Cavendish's bungalow, a house on a plantation. The place felt abandoned. Vines covered the porch and a strange silence hung in the air. The investigation began. Cavendish had disappeared, leaving no trace. His things were untouched, but his diary was full of mysterious notes about local legends and a secret room. Stamford, a practical man, didn't believe in folklore, but Holmes listened carefully, his mind already putting together the pieces of this strange puzzle. Days turned into hot, humid nights. The jungle, alive and vibrant, seemed to whisper secrets in the rustling leaves and the calls of strange birds. We talked to plantation workers, people from the village, even a shaman with eyes that seemed ancient. Each conversation added a new piece to the puzzle. Stories of a ghostly being, the Hantu Pemberu, the hunter spirit that haunted the jungle. Legends said it took people without a trace. Stamford grew frustrated with these dead ends and superstitious tales. But Holmes didn't give up. His eyes were sharp, his deductions quick, like a hunter stalking its prey. One evening, as we sat on the bungalow's porch drinking lukewarm tea, Holmes announced, "The answer, Watson, isn't in ignoring the legends, but in understanding them." A break in the case came unexpectedly. A young boy, scared and shaking, came to the bungalow. He said he found something in the jungle. He took us to a clearing where a frightening sight awaited us. Carved into an old tree trunk was a symbol, the same symbol from Cavendish's diary. It was the mark, according to local stories, of the Hantu Pemberu. The atmosphere was heavy with fear. Even Stamford seemed afraid, but Holmes studied the symbol with calm curiosity, his mind racing. "This changes things, Watson," he whispered, his voice barely heard above the quiet sounds of the jungle. "This isn't just a disappearance anymore, it's a message." Finding the Hantu's mark made everyone in the community afraid. The line between what was real and what was superstition became blurred. Our investigation took us deeper into the jungle, following whispers and strange clues. We experienced odd things, unexplained sounds, quick shadows, a feeling of being watched. The jungle, once full of life, now seemed to be holding its breath, watching us. Stamford, his nerves on edge, started seeing the Hantu in every shadow, but Holmes remained calm, his logic a protection against the growing fear. "Fear, Watson," he said one night as we sat by a flickering lantern, "is a powerful weapon. It can cloud our judgment, twist reality. We must not let it control us.